Hey, what's up? It's Fuel Your Life Friday. Let's go. Hello, my friends. Happy Friday. If you've been rocking with my Fuel Your Life Friday episodes for a while, you know that they're full of fun, as well as tips, tricks, and leveling up exercises to help us master our lives. This week, I'm downshifting gears and I'm getting a little personal, a little vulnerable. It's been a heavy week, and without sharing details, though we all love the details, it's been a week where old wounds have resurfaced and new wounds have been etched into the heart and soul. It's been a week where even when you don't want to cry, you find yourself crippled in sadness. A week where you count down the minutes until you can just be in bed again. A week that feels dark, heavy, with very little light peeking through, and even when that light peeks, the darkness just feels too comforting. I share this because I know you know this pain too. It's the pain that stems from loss. Loss of a loved one or a pet, loss of a relationship, loss of a dream, loss of hope, loss of love. This week I upheld my cause and work commitments, but truly, if I hadn't been off last week on spring break with my kids, I would have canceled everything that could have been rescheduled. I knew I needed to sit with my pain. I needed to feel it fully. I needed to cry, both the soft tears and those full body hallowing cries. I needed to feel the anger, the resentment, the hurt, the emotions that you can't even name because you're feeling too many at once. I needed this because if I had chosen to repress and soldier through, although I'm not even sure I could have, then all of this would have just been triggered out of me at a later time. Actively working on your healing is critical. But give yourself permission and the space to sit with your pain. Sitting with our pain allows us to process. And when we do this, we also need to release ourselves from judgment of having these emotions. And when we sit with our pain, we're actually allowing ourselves to accept our emotions, which really means that we're validating them. Parking in our pain allows the darkness to consume us. It creates stagnation. We get lost on our destination. We lose a piece of power. And that little bit of light, it becomes harder for us to see because, well, we don't even want to see it at that point. You don't have to be in fourth gear or even fifth, but just get into first after you're done chilling in neutral for a while. I personally gave myself 10 days. I need 10 days to fully process this, to be on that roller coaster, to sit with it. And after day 10, I'm moving out of neutral and I'm going into first. In this moment, I don't even fully know what that looks like, but I do know that the first thing I need to do after sitting with my pain will be to take actions of self-love and self-improvement. Really focus that energy back on self. I also want to give this reminder as it's a reminder that I've had to give myself a time or two this week. We may not always feel whole and complete, but it's still true whether we feel it or not. I did have an unscheduled energy clearing and activation done on Tuesday during a podcast call, which is so rare, with Dr. Allison Kay. That episode's going to launch on May 5th, which is a 555 portal day, but this clearing is for the entire audience. It wasn't for me personally, but I felt it and it tremendously aided me. In fact, that's why I'm able to do this episode today. It's why I'm able to give this piece of vulnerability because my heart chakra, in a sense, has been able to move energy a little bit more freely. So I want you to hit subscribe, if you haven't already, to the podcast wherever you're listening from so that you don't miss that upcoming episode or any episode for that matter. It is going to be a great one. And if you need healing, you're going to have a free live energy activation and clearing on that day. And if you enjoyed today's episode, share it with a friend, and be sure to leave a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts or wherever it is that you tune in and turn it up. I'll see you back here on Sunday for an episode of Awaken Your Soul Sunday. But until then, remember, every level of life is an opportunity to grow. Be well, my friend.